So it's continuing his story about homelessness. We saw his video about homelessness in LA. And so he's done another one, follow-up. I guess this is a series. And now he's done one from San Francisco. So we've got another homeless video report on the homeless in California. This one taking place in San Francisco. So let's take a look.
We are live here in San Francisco. I like to call this place the triple threat of America, as this is home to Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newsom, and the one and only Kamala Harris here in the Bay Area.
Really?
Today we're going to be hitting the streets. We're down here.
So if this is the home of those three big politicians, then surely they must have a vested interest in making sure that San Francisco is maintained and is a bastion of greatness in California, because it is their home city, right? They should be all in on making San Francisco the best city in California.
In Union Square, we're going to be talking to people, and then we are going to be heading into the Tenderloin. We're going to bring some special guests on today. We got a man by the name of Doodat and Big Smack, so we're going to be taking us into the Tenderloin. The Tenderloin is one of the most populated places as far as homeless goes. Lots of lawlessness, fentanyl, drugs, also
sorry, it wasn't at 1080p.
Also, human feces is everywhere here. They even have an app here in San Francisco, so you don't be walking in.
I think you guys told me about this. This shit app. That they actually have an app. Look, I don't know if this is real. It wouldn't surprise me if this was real. I guess this is an app you can download. Human waste recordings. I'm guessing this is like live. Okay, 2011 to 2019. So this was the reportings from 2011 to 2019. Okay. So it looks like it may not be current. This may not be current. This may be, 6-7 years old.
And human poop when you're down here on the streets of San Francisco. We got Doodat right here in Big Smacks. You guys ready?
Ready, let's get through there.
What can we expect to see today in San Francisco? The cop said it's relatively safe.
You know you with us, so it's going to be relatively safe, honestly.
It get dirty, very nasty, very
filthy,
nasty,
very unsanitary. We finna get into it.
Awesome, let's do it. Here we go.
Okay.
How you doing, Grinch? Is it booming here in San Francisco business?
No, it's slow because it's winter.
Tectone, what are you doing there? I thought you live in Texas. Sorry, I had to. I had to. The baldy and the beard. I'm sorry. I had to. It's in the bylaws.
Yeah. But for Grinch, you might be doing pretty well.
Yeah, doing as well as anyone can do in an economy by capitalism. So, yeah.
What's your name?
My name's JJ
Oh,
Smith.
no. Did you hear what he said? Listen to what he said again.
Can do in an economy by capitalism. So, yeah.
Blaming capitalism. I'm doing as well as I can in an economy by capitalism. Tectone, you've fallen off. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, what the hell? Of course, blame capitalism for your shitty life because maybe you made some bad choices. As we know from Caleb, everybody that loves to blame capitalism loves to imbibe in capitalism when they like to shove fast food down their gobs day after day after day, or guzzle fucking Monster energy drinks. But the second that they can't get whatever they want, oh, fucking capitalism, man. Fuck capitalists. When we know that 9 times out of 10, it's their own shitty choices that lead them to a state of financial discomfort or even ruin.
What's your name?
My name's JJ Smith.
JJ Smith, the legend JJ Smith here. Tell us about the city, JJ.
City is a beautiful San Francisco. Look where you at. You got Macy. That's one of the best stores that's around here.
And what's
Oh, wait. Macy's is one of the best stores around? Oh, wait, you're serious. Well, let me laugh harder. Have you been to a Macy's lately? Macy's is not the best store anywhere. Okay, I've been to Macy's. It's not that great. Macy's at this point is maybe one step up from Walmart. That's the quality of Macy's. Maybe like one step up from Walmart. Yeah, sure. 30 years ago, maybe Macy's was considered high quality or high class. 30 years ago, sure, I'll give you that. Today, no, no, sir. No, sir. Macy's is not high quality.
Retail theft like here.
The retail theft here is horrible.
How much can somebody walk into a store and steal without getting a felony?
I think something like can't go over a certain limit. I think it's like 900. If they get away, they...
Wait, what? What did that say? The Proposition 47 acquires most drug possession offenses and thefts of property valued under 950 from felonies to misdemeanors. This does not happen automatically. If it is up to the persons convicted of the offenses to petition apply to court for reduction. See, but this is saying like they could be charged with misdemeanors. It's not. This is not addressing the fact that they don't arrest them at all. The people that commit theft of under $950, they just like catch and release them. They don't even charge them these days. It's just like, oh, you didn't steal over $1,000. All right, go on, you little rapscallion. Don't you do it again. Finger wag. Don't you ever do it again.
900. If they get away, they free, scot-free.
Wow, how long you been living out here for?
I've been in San Francisco all my life.
All your life. And how have you seen this city change over the past 10, 20 years?
This area that's like not too far from here, like 2 blocks down from here, that's the worst area that's in San Francisco right now. It's called the Tenderloin. It's been infested with crime and drug populations.
Now, in fairness to this, I'm reasonably sure the Tenderloin has been a hub of crime, like living poor, drugs, gangs, violence. The Tenderloin, to my understanding, has been that way for decades. The Tenderloin being bad is not new. It's been that way for at least the last 50 to 60 years. I don't know if it'd be considered Skid Row. And no, I was not in San Francisco a little while ago. I was in LA. Not San Francisco. But I've had family that did live for a time in San Francisco, but Tenderloin, I don't know if it's exactly like Skid Row. I don't know if the homeless in the Tenderloin is as bad as Skid Row in LA. I'm sure there is homelessness there, but it is a big, basically the Tenderloin of San Francisco is like the South Side of Chicago, or like what Cabrini Green in Chicago used to be, or South Central in LA. The Tenderloin is San Francisco's version of it, and it's been that way for probably the last at least 50 years. So this is nothing new. This is not something that you can look and go, ha, this is all Newsom's fault. No, the Tenderloin has been bad for fucking decades.
Francisco is saying this is a homeless crisis. Well, technically, if you look at the streets now, it's not a homeless crisis. What's going on now? It's a drug crisis. They are acting like it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Only reason why they act like it's not a big deal because it hasn't affected them or their family or their friends. They just look at it like it's just something normal. It's not normal.
All right, one second.
Yes, that man just laid it out right there. Why it's not being addressed. That right there is why shit doesn't get addressed. Because the politicians and the bigwigs and the people with the money don't fucking care because it doesn't affect them. That's other people's problem. It's not my problem. It doesn't affect me. I'm still living great. I'm still living high on the hog. I still have my multi-$100,000 condos, my $1 million mansions. It doesn't affect me. Well, I don't give a fuck. And that includes the politicians, because the politicians, they're living in their fancy homes too. They don't have the drug addicts wandering around in front of their homes, because if they do, the police will snatch him up and walk him away, because how dare they, stink up the front of a politician's home. But in places like the Tenderloin or elsewhere, why should they care? They don't have to look at it every day, so it's literally out of sight, out of mind. And all their talk about, I care about the people of San Francisco. Yeah, no, you know, you're showing it because you don't actually see the people of San Francisco. Because if you actually saw the people of San Francisco, you might go, huh, let me rephrase. If you saw the actual reality of San Francisco and you actually had a heart and didn't give a fuck about anything beyond building up your bank accounts, then you'd go, maybe I should do something about this. But you don't see it every day, so you don't care. Even when someone presents it to you on a spreadsheet, you see numbers. You don't see people. That's where the failure is. We see it in business all the time, but this is also the same failure in government, because they don't see people. They see numbers on a spreadsheet, and thus they are dehumanized. And they don't care. And that's what it's all about. Now, you guys are saying, oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. Yeah, Peekany is on the bus there. Yeah, you're right.
Or their family, or their friends. They just look at it like it's just something normal. It's not normal.
All right, one second, we got somebody coming out here. How you doing?
What's up? I didn't mean to interrupt. What are you guys talking about today?
We're live right now. We're seeing what San Francisco's like.
What's up, folks? It's live out here, man. It's San Francisco. I work for this company right here, so I'm selling bus tour tickets. But I just got out of prison like 6-7 months ago. So yeah, I'm out here trying to turn my life around, you know?
We know the fentanyl and the drug use is pretty bad down here in the Tenderloin district.
I don't like this whole harm reduction. You know what I mean? They go around handing out needles and brand new pipes.
Yeah, we saw that the last one. They're like, we talked about this. It's like, okay, I understand the concept of doing like the clean needles. I don't necessarily I'm not cheering it on, but I understand why they're doing it, because they're trying to do something when they can't do anything else, that they're trying to do something. This, where they're sending out full on drug kits? No. Now you're perpetuating it. Now you're actually perpetuating drug use by giving them tin foil to cook their drugs on, or these dishes, these little cups to cook them on, and then you've got you've got the gold foil to put in their crack pipes, and no. Now you're basically just making it easier for them to do the drugs. The clean needles, I got it. The clean needles, I got it. You know, they tried to do something. This is, you're going way fucking beyond. You're going, oh, you're gonna get drugs here. Let me provide you with all of your drug paraphernalia, which is illegal, by the way. Possession of drug paraphernalia is illegal. So they're literally providing them with illegal paraphernalia. They're contributing to a crime of drug paraphernalia. That's what this is. Giving out the Narcan. I'm all good with giving out the Narcan, but now you're doing this. It's like, well, now you're literally just committing a crime by giving drug addicts drug paraphernalia, which in and of itself is a crime, and it's fucking stupid.
They're spending money on that when they could be spending money on good programs like the one I'm in.
Holy crap, they spent $61. So instead of trying to get homeless people and drug addicts into care, instead of trying to get them into rehab and clean them up, they're going to spend $61 million to give them drug paraphernalia. Make this make sense. You have $61 million to try and supposedly help people on drugs. And instead of trying to get them off the drugs in the first place by maybe trying to get them into a place to clean up and get the therapy that they need to try and get off the drugs, you're just going to give them paraphernalia to make them do it, to make doing the drugs even easier. Make this make fucking sense.
Programs like the one I'm in to get the people the help they need. A lot of times the people don't want help.
Were you on drugs before you went to jail?
Yeah.
And did you get clean inside jail?
Yeah. A lot of people don't even realize that they want to get clean because they're so stuck in their addiction. When you're so caught up in your addiction, you don't want to get clean. It takes going to jail to get your mind right, and then you realize, damn, do I really want to be stuck out on the streets for the rest of my life? So the city, they want to baby people and be like, no, they don't need jail time. Drugs is not a crime. But in reality, it's a psychological thing. You know what I mean?
And I do want to point out, going to jail is not the thing that basically snaps them out of it and cleans them up. That's something I need to point out. Getting put in jail for drugs is the start point. You get arrested, you go to jail, you go to prison for drugs, you get cleaned up in jail. That's step one. Step two is when they get out of jail, they have continuing care. That is crucial, is that after they get out of jail, they have resources for continuing care. Because once they get out of jail, if they just boot them out of jail and they go, okay, now you're on your own, well, for those of you who have experienced it, and I know some of you guys in my chat have fought with addiction, and some of you've been doing amazing. You guys have been keeping me up to date on your progress, and you guys have been doing amazing. I'm thrilled for you guys that have been doing so good but you guys are able to do that because you have care, because you receive aftercare. You are able to go to programs. Some of you may have been able to get therapy. Some of you you're able to get you have the resources available to you to maintain your sobriety. And that is crucial for after you get detoxed and cleaned up in jail and you start the process of recovery in jail. Once you get out of jail, you need to have those resources available for you to maintain your sobriety. If the jail cleans you up and gets you started on that road and then boots you the fuck out and says, okay, you're on your own, 9 times out of 10, addicts will go right back to their addiction because they don't have that care and that support to maintain their sobriety. Addiction is something that you as an individual will live with for the rest of your life. Addiction is something that will never go away. It's something that you will have to constantly fight against all your life once it's been established in your life. And without that care, without that support, those resources, you will very easily fall back into it. So I hope this person, he got out of jail 6 months ago. I hope he's been able to avail himself of supports and resources to maintain his sobriety. Because that's what the crucial part is. That's what that $61 million should be spent on. That $61 million that we saw needs to be spent on resources and supports for recovery for people that suffer from addiction.
You got to fix their mental health before anything. It sounds tough to lock up for simple drugs, but in reality, it helps them in the long run. Lock them up for a year, offer them a good program, see if they want to take that off.
Let me ask you a question, though. You made a mention about harm reduction, passing out needles and pipes and everything, right? You see them give them a pipe, right? Here, take that. Okay. You see them give them a needle, right? Okay. Have you ever seen them give them any information for treatment?
No, but I'm sure they do, though.
Why are you for sure they do?
Just because that's part of their job description, I think.
They don't do it. San Francisco
Are you seeing the disconnect? Are you seeing the disconnect? You have a guy here who doesn't know. He's like, I've seen them give out needles and drug paraphernalia. And when he's asked, do you ever see them give out literature and information to help them get cleaned up for actual supports other than giving them paraphernalia? And he's like, No, I've never seen them, but I'm sure they do. I feel like they do. Again, we're working off of feelings. Now, I'm not dogging on this guy. I'm not like, dumping on him or anything. He's just, he's trying to make it work in terms of recovering from his addiction. So I'm not dumping on him in any way, shape, or form. But what you're seeing here with him saying, like, I feel like they are probably doing it. That's the overriding factor where people are working off of feelings, not facts. Whereas this person actually sees what they're doing and is going, no, they're not doing that. The one thing that could actually help people, they're not doing. And he actually comes at it with the facts. And that's why we're seeing this problem is, there's this program, so surely they must be doing X, Y, and Z, but they don't actually ever see it actually happening. But they feel like it should be, so maybe it's just happening, excuse me, when I'm not seeing it. And that's why the shit like this gets let go, because they feel like, God, excuse me, they feel like they're doing it.
Harm reduction does not offer drug treatment. They do not offer it to nobody.
Really?
And I studied that. I did multiple videos on going to harm reduction, asking them, do y'all have any information for treatment? They got San Francisco AIDS Foundation and they got Glide Memorial. Both of them will tell you, no, we don't have no information for drug treatment. But they
Or good to know. Thank you, Marcus Curseface. Thank you for the tier 1. There it is. They don't actually have any programs in place to help people with addictions. I'm going to play it again.
Information for treatment. They got San Francisco AIDS Foundation and they got Glide Memorial. Both of them will tell you, no, we don't have no information for drug treatment. But they
2 programs in San Francisco, they have no information for drug treatment. So one of the biggest issues in the city, can't help you. Figure it out on your own.
do have free pipe for you if you want that.
So what's the point of giving harm reduction if they're never going to actually keep the person away from the harm?
It's like a circle. If we keep giving you these needles and calling it safe use, and we keep giving you these pipes calling safe use, we can keep getting funding saying we helping people. When actually, that's not actually helping people. That's keeping them out here on the streets addicted.
Yes. Exactly what I said. By giving them the paraphernalia to do drugs, they're only going to be perpetuating the cycle of, well, fuck, I don't have to scrounge for my paraphernalia, so I'm going to keep doing fucking drugs. It perpetuates the cycle over and over again. It doesn't fix anything. Like, oh, the clean needles was like the idea of, okay, you're going to try and stymie the spread of HIV and AIDS by trying to have people not use dirty needles. Not a great program, but I understand the logic behind it, and I understand that they're trying to do just something. Giving out straight paraphernalia, that helps no one. That helps absolutely no one that is addicted to drugs. It's not even a short-term solution. It's barely a stopgap. It doesn't actually fix the underlying problem. And in this case of actually providing them with crack paraphernalia, you're actually, like crack and heroin paraphernalia, you're actually making it worse. Ah, the clean needles. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Yes. The clean needles. Well, again, it's also not exactly fine for the short term either, because just because they're providing clean needles doesn't mean that the drug-addicted, brain-sloshed addicts who aren't thinking clearly in the first place aren't just going to take those clean needles and share them amongst their buddies as well. So it's not even, honestly, a stopgap solution, because I will guarantee you that those packages of clean needles are getting used by 100 people being shared amongst them. So even then, it's still not solving it's honestly not solving the problem. I understand why they did it and the logic and the heart behind it. They're like, we've got to try and do something, but it's still not solving the issue. And it's doing nothing to address the addiction problem, the massive underlying addiction problem. They say free Narcan, erase its consequences, make people think drugs are harmless. Now, not even close. No, Narcan is essentially a nuclear option if someone ODs. It does not erase any consequences whatsoever. Not even remotely, not even in the same universe. Narcan is used if someone ODs, dies, you hit it with Narcan to bring them back. That's the purpose of Narcan. It erases nothing. The person still sits on that absolute precipice of death, and the Narcan is the only thing that brings it back. The consequence is they still OD. They still fucked up their body. There's still going to be long-term after effects. Even after the use of Narcan, the overdose of the drugs is still going to result in long-term damage to the body. So in no way, shape, or form does free Narcan erase the consequences. But by distributing Narcan, again, I understand the rationale behind it is they're trying to keep people from dying from overdoses. I understand and appreciate the rationale behind giving it out. It's, well, people's perception of it, it depends if the person's an idiot. I would like to think that a more normal, rational person does not view Narcan as erasing the consequences of doing drugs. I would like to think a normal person's perception. I would like to think that a normal person's perception of what Narcan does is exactly what I said it does. It is where it brings a person back from the brink of death after ODing, and that's it. Yeah, I know yes, of course I remember World War I. But when it comes to Narcan, I don't think people are that stupid. People, the general public is familiar enough with what Narcan is that I don't think the average person that when you talk about Narcan thinks it's like a get out of jail free card and eliminates any consequences for using drugs. I legitimately don't think the average person thinks that when it comes to Narcan. People, generally speaking, are reasonably educated when it comes to that, at least. But as far as why ban fentanyl is literally a felony charge. But guess what? It's coming in from out of the country. It's being smuggled in, just like marijuana used to be and still is, just like cocaine is, just like heroin is. It gets smuggled in from out of the country. You know?
But they have a warehouse around this corner. You can look at
understandable, Sapphire, understandable mistake. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about social issues. We're talking about the homeless problem in San Francisco. That's not a political issue. That's a social issue. That's a human issue. We're discussing things about humanity and human troubles. Like just now, you were discussing drug addiction, of funding for drug programs, how there is none, and that the funding is actually going towards providing drug addicts with drug paraphernalia. So we're not talking politics. We are discussing social issues and homelessness issues.
it's keeping them out here on the streets addicted. But they have a warehouse around this corner. You can look at the doors. It's filled up from the ground to the wall of harm reduction supplies. Full of needles, full of crack pipes, and full of everything you can imagine. What's safe use about using fentanyl? What's safe about using fentanyl?
Exactly.
What's safe about using the clean pipe? A clean pipe and a dirty pipe, you still go OD regardless.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. Exactly what I said. It doesn't matter the condition of the material, the drugs are going to fuck you up regardless. That's the key thing. That is the key element to this, that everybody involved in this harm reduction is blatantly ignoring. It's all about, we feel better about ourselves. We are pretending like we are doing good for the homeless drug addicts by giving them clean drug paraphernalia so they don't have to use that dirty drug paraphernalia, ignoring the fact that the drugs don't give a shit if it's being inhaled or injected or ingested through clean or dirty paraphernalia. The drugs don't care. The drugs are still going to fuck you up. The drugs are still going to kill you. But because they can go, I feel better about it. I feel better about myself. I'm helping. All of that gets ignored. And they just go, I'm helping. I feel good about myself. Job done. And they're ignoring the overarching massive problem.
Oh, yeah, look at it right here. Bunch of poop. Bunch of poop here on the streets. Look, I got poop on my shoe already.
Oh, no.
I got poop on my shoe already out here in the Tenderloin. All right, here.
He got poop on everything. God, I wonder if we're going to see that joke today. I wonder if we're going to be seeing that joke later.
Here we go, everybody. We're entering right now. We're in it. Garbage everywhere here. Are you playing some lottery? Yeah. You win anything today? No. Nothing? Look, Merry Christmas. We got you a lottery ticket.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see if you win something. Lucky winner. She's scratching right now. Let's see if she wins. No. Nothing? Nothing. What's your story?
I'm Denisha Jones. My mother's Patricia. My dad's Calvin. I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to get my life together. I'm 35, 45 actually.
Do you have any kids?
2 kids.
What? Okay, first she said 35, then she said 45, and she's about to say 2 kids.
I'm trying to get my life together. I'm 35, 45 actually.
Do you have any kids?
2 kids. They're with my mother down in Georgia.
What brought you out here to San Francisco?
I've always lived here.
Look at this. Look at the scratching. That's meth. That's meth or crack. Look at that. That's the crack scratches. The way she's scratching at her arm like that, that's crack scratches. It's the junkie. That's the junkie itch. She's fucking tweaking right now. And you can see it in her face. Look, the way she's dressed. This is like this is the crack addict's uniform, and and the crack scratch right here. Oh, she is tweaking and feeding hard.
Here. I'm supposed to be going to Georgia to my mother's house, but I never leave. They were handing out new shoes today at the Finsky truck.
Really? They're handing out shoes today?
I was able to get some.
Oh, where were they handing out new shoes at?
2 blocks up there by Glide. They're still doing it.
Really?
Really? I don't like to be on camera.
Okay, no worries.
So,
have a great rest of your day, man. Got the bathrooms out.
And notice she's carrying around everything in a bucket. This is her purse. Her purse is a bucket. And she has 2 kids. 2 kids that are living with her mother across the country. Her kids are on the other side of the country. And she's saying, like, I'm supposed to go move in and live with my mother. And I legitimately don't think she's going to make it back to Georgia. I don't think she's going to get there. People like this, unless they get help. God. Like, I don't know. I just don't know.
Camera.
Okay, no worries. Have a great rest of your day, man. Got the bathrooms out here, people. Public bathrooms. More poop out here. Goodness. They spend $80 million a year cleaning up poo here. Did you know they spend $80 million a year cleaning up poop?
Do they?
That's what it said on the internet.
Jesus.
$80 million cleaning up poop.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Do people just live here?
This is a man who is not surprised, actually. This is the response of someone who may himself have popped the squat and dropped a couple of kids off on the boardwalk. That's absolutely the face and words of a man who may have participated.
Do people just live here? And how you guys doing? You guys selling stuff today? You're doing laundry right now.
I'm sorting my clothes so I can go do laundry.
Do you live here? Do you live in the car?
Yep.
Live in the car. How long you been living out here for?
Like 6-7 months probably.
What brought you out here to San Francisco?
The drugs.
The drugs?
Yeah.
Where were
Fetty, in particular.
Where were you living before?
In Tahoe.
And so you say you guys came here for the Fetty. Is it just because here you can get fentanyl a lot easier than you can in most places?
Yep.
Are you still actively using?
Why? So people literally come to San Francisco specifically because it's so easy to get drugs. So it's no longer the Golden Gate City. It's the city where you can, it's easy to get high. Like, wow. That's unbelievable. That they literally, like, migrated to San Francisco just because it's so easy to get drugs, even though they're going to be homeless. They'll do it so they can get drugs.
You seem like a pretty high-functioning user. Like,
Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Okay.
no, yeah, it is. Because we've seen a lot of people. We haven't seen that many people here bent over today. We haven't gone too deep into the Tenderloin.
Oh yeah, you'll start to see him. You'll start to see him.
And what makes you want to keep doing fentanyl? When you see people here overdosing, does it ever worry you? Like, if I keep doing this, I'm going to find myself OD'd one of these days?
Yeah. I mean, I've OD'd myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something you can just quit overnight. You know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done. That's for sure.
You have any kids?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Oh, this the homie. What's
They're
up,
not
bro?
here. Let's go with you, bro.
How you been, my dog?
Good.
All right, well, best of luck. What's going on? How you doing? How old are you?
2-3.
23. What are you doing out here on the Tenderloin today?
Chilling, man. Feel me? Just getting money, huh?
Just getting money? What do you do to get money?
Doing your thing, hustling.
Doing your thing,
Out
hustling?
here, gotta get the
Stealing. This man doesn't hustle, this man steals. This man he either does retail theft, or he's breaking into cars, or maybe he's dealing too, maybe both. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. This man's criminal. He is.
paper, get it how you live.
Get it how you live. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Me? I see myself in a mansion.
In a mansion?
Like 5 foreign whips.
How many foreign girls are going to be in that mansion?
Shit, I got like 30 hoes now. I might have 100 then.
Really?
So that was a fucking lie.
This man does not have 30 hoes. I'm sorry, I'm pulling bullshit on this. If you're walking around here in a like a pale green Mickey Mouse hoodie and gray sweatpants, my brother in Christ, you do not have 30 fucking hoes. If you got one, you're dreaming. Okay? He stole 30 from the nearby Lowe's. Maybe. Hey, he did say he's hustling. Maybe that's how he's hustling.
You got 30 girls on the roster right now?
Yep, they love me. Popping for a profit, you dig? I just look like this, you feel me? But catch me on a different day, you dig?
Have a good rest of your day.
Sure, you too, you enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too. How are you doing, ma'am?
Okay.
Okay. Are you guys able to just
she's
set
tweaking.
up a shop anywhere here on the streets? You guys got a Nintendo Switch and everything. This building's closed and they got people sleeping out here.
This girl is tweaking. She's I don't know if she's nodding out. It looks she's messing with her purse here. So I don't think she's necessarily nodding, but she is absolutely tweaking. 100%. She is tweaking out right now.
You guys got a Nintendo Switch and everything. This building's closed and they got people sleeping out here. Business owners and residents actually sued either the state or the city of San Francisco because people weren't able to open up their businesses. Do you guys know who runs these businesses here?
Once the hotels, but ain't no telling what they being occupied doing.
Low income housing.
It smells like human pee out here. Police station right here on the corner. How you doing, ma'am? What are you guys up to today? For delivery? From Amazon or? Could be.
Let me get a coffee, okay? Thank you, Sam. Love you, Sam. Thank you for nice to help you, okay? You okay? You're sick.
We'll move on. This guy's right here. Got the tinfoil out.
Hell, they're dealing. That's what's in the box. That's why he said we're gonna move on. Because they're dealing. This woman just came up to him looking for drugs. And this woman, this box has got the drugs in it. That's why they walked up. That's why they walk up. They don't care. They're gonna deal in front of everybody. They'll deal. They don't fucking care because they won't go to jail for it. So they just deal right in front of everybody. And that's what happened. This is their drugs. These guys are dealers. This woman just came up and was saying and was looking to buy drugs. Because you can see here, as the camera starts to pan, look at what, hang on, I'm blocked. Hang on, I'm blocking. You can't see it because I'm blocking. Look. She's checking the quality of the drugs. They're flat out dealing. And that's why Nick was like, okay, we're going to move on. Because he didn't want to catch that on camera and have them flip out and try to kill him. Oh, boy.
Yeah. What drugs he doing?
Fentanyl.
Jeez. This guy's
hunched over. Doing drugs, right? Oh, he's nodding. Oh, this one's nodding. Look at him. That one is nodding. Look at him. Just collapse against the side of the building. This one's doing the fat fold right now.
Over, right behind us, he's got the tinfoil out, similar equipment. I don't know how you smoke fentanyl, but he's out here lighting up the tinfoil, smoking here on the streets. And meanwhile, that guy just walked by us, normal guy, walking through here. Are most of the people from the Bay Area, or do you think they come here? Like that one guy we were talking to that's doing laundry.
A lot of people that
here got stuck.
Yeah, a lot of them were like visitors, travelers, tourists.
In what context? I'm not sure which context you're referencing, Idra. So I can't answer the question. I'm sorry. I don't know what context you're referring to.
And they get stuck here because of getting lured in by locals from the area that, lure them in. Hey, come try this, or hey, you want to get high, or looking for coke. I don't have coke, but I have this, and now they're getting them hooked on other drugs. Life in shambles. They probably got kids at home.
A lot of these people got family looking for them right now.
How you doing, sir?
No.
I don't think I said curse. I don't believe I said. Wait. Are you talking about? Did I say curse or did Nick say curse? Because I don't think I said curse. If Nick said curse a couple seconds ago, he's probably just referring to people under the curse of drug use, because once drug use gets a hold of you, it sinks its claws and it never lets go. And maybe he was referring to that as like the curse of addiction. That very well could have been what the context was by calling it a curse.
Probably got kids at home.
A lot of these people got family looking for them right now.
How you doing, sir?
No speak English.
¿Español?
Español.
Ah, ¿cuánto tiempo lleva aquí? Yo también.
Llevo aquí casi 3 años.
3 años. 3 years
here.
here?
San Francisco no, estaba en Miami y vine para acá. Aquí hace nada más.
Okay, good. It says in the subtitles. Hang on.
¿Español?
Español.
Ah, ¿cuánto tiempo lleva aquí? Yo también.
Llevo aquí casi 3 años.
3 años. 3 years
aquí
here?
en San Francisco no, estaba en Miami y vine para acá. Aquí hace nada más que 8 meses que estoy aquí en San Francisco.
Why did you come here to San Francisco? ¿Por qué viniste a San Francisco?
Porque tenía un primo y para mejoría el salario. Aquí
no
se paga
subtitles.
mejor que allá en Miami. En Miami el salario es muy bajo.
Yeah, he said they pay a lot better here in San Francisco than they do in Miami. How much are you making? ¿Cuánto está ganando por día?
Estoy ganando a $24.80 la hora.
Oh, $24 an hour here. And what are you doing? You clean up the streets? ¿Qué está haciendo?
Limpio cleaner, limpio las calles, la mierda, ¿no?
The poop, he says, the poop.
Poop.
A lot of poop here?
Poop. Todo cleaner, poop, pre-wash. Limpiamos todo.
They're giving out free Nikes? Let's go get the free Nikes. Gracias. Like, what can you tell us about this police station being right here? Meanwhile, you got people doing drugs.
Doing drugs in San Francisco is not a crime. Harm reduction comes out and hands these people needles and foil.
Wait, hold up. Do you not get charged with a crime for doing drugs in San Francisco? I was talking about this earlier. Really? I'm pretty sure I probably isn't that through California? Isn't that like a full-blown state thing? That if you do drugs in the state of California, you don't get charged for a crime? Yeah. So basically the state said, we're arresting too many people for doing drugs, which means we actually have to spend money for them to get help. But we don't want to spend the money, so we're just going to decriminalize the drugs and hope they kill themselves on the drugs, and therefore we don't have to pay for them anymore. It's like, do we see the fallacy here? You allow people to use drugs. Well, here's the thing. You don't even need to do prisons. You arrest someone for drugs, the courts have the option to send them to rehabilitation instead. Yeah, they don't want to rehab people. They don't want, because rehabbing people also costs money by the state. State doesn't want to spend money on because Gavin Newsom's got to buy himself a new fucking mansion. So yeah, this is where we see the problem. It's not lazy, it's greedy, because every dime that they save, not spending it to help people that have a drug problem, can go into their pockets in some way. That's what it boils down to. It's that the courts are too crowded. I would bet you that if you were to arrest someone for drug usage, you could probably get them into a program prior to, like, give them the option. Hey, do you want to go into a program while you're awaiting court? And then go into the program, do the program. By the time they get to court, they can show up in front of the court and say, I've been in the program. I was clean. I'm clean now. Here's my report from the professionals that worked with me. And then the court to say, okay, you've got yourself cleaned up. Charge is dismissed. You still charge them. Well, that's exactly it. They won't fund the programs because they have to spend money on the people instead of themselves. That's what it boils down to. Because literally, that's what you could do. That would go a long ways to helping this drug problem. Is you arrest someone is using drugs. You arrest them. When you're processing them, you say, okay, you have the option of, we can set you up with a state-funded rehabilitation program. If you go through this program and you successfully graduate from this program, then when you go in front of the judge for your case, the judge will say, you completed the program, you're doing well, you haven't fallen back into this, charges dismissed. Please be on your way, and you're good to go. Like, how hard would that be? It might take some logistical working. You would need to actually you would need to take some of that $61 million being wasted to give people drug paraphernalia and actually spend that on rehabilitation programs and getting rehabilitation programs set up. But you could do it. It's something that could be done. And for people that don't want to go to the program, then you force them to. If you give people the option, do you want to go to a rehabilitation program and get clean from drugs? And if they say no, cool. You do an emergency court order to force them into rehabilitation. Because people addicted to these drugs very often will not go unless you force them to. Because the drugs have gotten a hold. It's not saying that they're a bad person. It's because the drugs have gotten a hold of them so tightly that they will not, that the drugs are stronger than the desire to get clean. They want to get clean, but the drugs have such a tight grip on them, it overrides their desire to get clean. So sometimes you have to force them to get clean. And they're going to hate you for doing it when you first do it. But in the end, it's going to be better for them. They'll get clean and they'll be able to have at least possibly some semblance of a normal life.
All the gear they need to basically kill themselves or enable them. So it's a big problem out here in the community, and we need change, and we need change fast.
I just can't believe this park's right here. Meanwhile,
yeah, kids are at school right now, right? Because it's Friday, but after school they all come out and they have an after-school program here for the children. They are supervised.
So this is the police station, Tenderloin Police Station.
Oh my
bunch of police cars outside. Meanwhile, a bunch of people on drugs.
This is a disgrace. This is an outright disgrace. This is basically telling the police, you shouldn't even do your job. Why? Like, If I was a police officer in the Tenderloin district and I had my police station set up literally across the street from drug addicts just getting high day in and day out, overdosing right there on the streets, and I couldn't do anything about it except wait to clean up the dead bodies, I don't know if I want to be I wouldn't want to be a police officer. I would legit say transfer me out, and if they say no, you have to work here, I'd say cool, I quit and go somewhere else for that job. It's like, look, there's a cop car right fucking here. Can you imagine, like, the cop working in the Tenderloin in San Francisco has got to be one of the most mind-draining, like depressing jobs you can have. Because you get into the job as a police officer to be able to help your community. And you're not allowed to help your community. There's nothing you do. You just have to, you can't touch them. You have to just go, we have to wait until the OD and then maybe we can do something. Why would anybody be a police officer in the Tenderloin, in this part of the town? It's absolutely demoralizing. Absolutely. And I'm amazed they have anybody that even wants to work for them.
I don't know if drugs are decriminalized here, but certainly people that are doing drugs are not being penalized or anything right here. Actually, we do have a police officer right here. Are you undercover police or police officer? I've just never seen a police officer in that uniform. How are you guys doing?
Okay.
So, officer, are drugs...
Oh, I'm in the middle of something.
Okay, well, I'll give you a quick second, sorry. Are drugs decriminalized here?
No, drugs are not a crime here.
So,
Theft is not a crime here.
So, drugs are decriminalized?
Basically, yeah.
So, what's this police officer writing this person up for right here?
These are undercover police out here. They do stings on people who sell drugs on the streets out here. But no telling what he's doing now.
How long could somebody stay out here like this for before they get moved?
They could stay out here like this until DPW and the police decide. You know, they move them around. It's like herding, right? So they go from one block to the next.
So they show them. They say, okay, you can't go home, but you can't go home because you don't have one, but you can't stay here. So it's just they're literally taking the can down the road by just shifting them around, and they just kick the can down the fucking road. Like, that's, in case it wasn't already obvious, that's not a solution. It's not a fucking solution. Oh God.
They could stay here all day, up to 2 or 3 days, and then they come and they clear them out and pressure wash the street. They do a little bit of cleaning, and then they just come right back. It's like a never-ending cycle.
This guy's passed out right here. This guy's stuck in his wheelchair. He's not moving. What the heck is going on here in San Francisco? We're just curious, what's it like running a business here on the Tenderloin?
Before pandemic, it's very good, but now there's a lot of homeless around here, and then a lot of rich guys here, and a lot of maybe people before live here, they move. The business is unstable now.
Who are your customers? Are they people here from the street or people come inside?
Before there's lots of people come inside. Now it's very few because when they walk in the street, they see everything like this.
Yeah, who the hell would walk into this man's business when you have a line of homeless drug addicts slumped over in front of the business? Who would even think about approaching a business when you have to literally walk through what amounts to the refuse of society? Like, I'm honestly amazed San Francisco, especially in the Tenderloin, still has businesses. And obviously he's not doing well. And like, honestly, I'm kind of wondering, what is with all this shit here? This is a restaurant. Why do you have all of this shit piled up here? Because if I were to guess, he may be getting ready to close down. This gentleman may be getting ready to close his business. Maybe he lives here. I don't know. But still, it's in a business. Even if he lives above it, why would you have all of this shit in the middle of your restaurant? And if I was to guess, I'm thinking he may be preparing to close down. And he's just getting all this shit to start moving it out. And maybe moving locations, I wonder. Which wouldn't surprise me for a lot of businesses in this area. A lot of businesses are probably like, I can't run a business here. I can't do it when I have drug addicts littering the streets in front of my business, and no one wants to cross that line because A, it's disgusting, and B, how the hell do you know a drug addict is not going to whip out a knife and suddenly attack me if I walk by them because either they want my money to buy more drugs or they're fucking gorked out in their brain on said drugs and think I'm a flying purple people eater? Yeah, like, this is not tenable. This is literally not tenable to maintain this. You're going to run out any legitimate businesses, and it's going to be nothing but literally human refuse left on the streets.
They say, oh, so terrible. And sometimes, homeless or some crazy guy, they will come in and get the food or something else, and then customer will feel scared. So that's why lots of people don't want to dine in. Most are just the customer just live around here. They just bought some food and to go.
How frustrated are you with the city?
The more business closed and the more people lay off. It means people will move out of the town, so our business will get worse. Lots of hotels they will close. Yeah.
So why do you stay here?
If we don't stay here, I don't know where we can go. And it means one thing is our restaurant still here, because now if you close this restaurant, so one, you have no business, you cannot earn money, and also even if we have a restaurant here, some residents they live around here and they like our food and they still can come in.
And how many customers are you guys getting on a day here?
Whole day. Before, usually we have more than 60 orders or something else. It doesn't including the catering. But now every day just like 20 or something. So
really?
Yeah.
20 orders a day. And restaurant cannot survive on a restaurant like this cannot survive on 20 orders a day. That's why I think this may be his stuff and they're packing up to leave. I think he hasn't said it, but I think they're getting ready to leave. They're getting ready to abandon ship, I think. He's probably looking for another location that he can move his business to, and the moment he's able to, he's gone. He will not stay around. Because no one from the city or the state is doing anything to fix this. They're like, we're giving him clean drug paraphernalia. Job done. We're done. We did our good deed. Hands off now. You fuck y'all. We feel good about ourselves, and that's all that matters to us.
Business here.
Pretty good restaurant because they're clean. They're clean here and their food is good.
Yeah, and we ask sometimes our old customer.
For the morning shift? Well, still, okay, so for the morning shift, even still, 20 orders for a morning shift is nothing. You're not you're not anywhere even close to successful for 20 orders for the morning. A successful restaurant business will probably get somewhere between 200 to 300 orders for the morning. In a business of this nature, where it looks like it's like quick orders. No, it's not fine dining where it takes a while to come out. Where it's like quick orders, like a step above fast food. He should be doing like 200 to 300 orders for a morning shift. 20 is nothing. Even just for the morning, 20 is nothing.
Come back, we ask them, it's terrible here, and they move out.
Nick wasn't the customer, called? That was Nick's guy that's been walking with them.
If I was a business owner like this, man, I'd be so mad at the city. Gosh, people out here guys walking around with a needle in his mouth. I look at this whole entire street. Businesses are just closed.
Look at that.
Here's another business.
They're done.
Here's one that's open,
they've gone away.
But nobody's inside of it. All the seats are up. When Xi Jinping came here, the president of China, they somehow managed to clean up all of these streets, showing that they could actually solve this issue, solve the problem at least.
Wow. So when a communist president shows up to tour California, amazingly enough, they can get it cleaned up in record fucking time. They can clean shit up for a communist president, but they can't clean it up for their own people. That literally tells you all you need to know. Yeah, and what they did, yeah, and what they did is they shuffled them. They shuffled them a few blocks away where the communist wouldn't be, and pretended like, oh yeah, our city's so beautiful. I know, I absolutely know that. But the fact is, they could clean this up. They could absolutely clean this up. They have the resources. The resources are available to address this problem. But they don't, because it means they have to spend money on someone other than themselves. It means that Newsom can't buy himself another $9 million mansion, or Kamala Harris can't cook her books. Pelosi can't make billion-dollar stock trades. That's why they don't do it, because then they have to actually spend money on the people whom they were elected to serve instead of themselves.
For a few days or so, whatever. Street response, so there's an overdose somewhere around here. Street overdose response team. So they have vans dedicated. I've never seen the street overdose response team. Let's see if they're going to do a recovery.
Boy.
Oh, whoa, what? This guy's falling over on his bike right now. You all right, sir?
Boy.
Or, here. You got to get off the bike. You got to lift your leg over your bike.
One and one of you on, baby. Jesus, Jesus, I know. Why did you call me and love the loving it is?
Wow.
Hypey, you then.
What are you up to today?
And they're just going to leave him be to his own devices. This man literally just spoke in tongues. And they're like, okay, he's talking, we can leave now. And they're just going to leave him. Very obvious mental illness issues, very obvious drug issues. That'll be fine. And they're just going to fuck right off and not do a thing. I'm not talking about Nick. I'm not pointing any fingers at Nick. I know Nick can't do anything. Nick's reporting. He's trying to report. He has to be a neutral observer on this. No shade on Nick. I understand what he's doing. I'm talking about people like this fucking response team from the city. Yes, the response team. Yes. And maybe even the response team, maybe that's beyond their purview to try and do something. But like, there's like human services type people that should be able, like, these people are not, the city and the state doesn't think of them as people anymore. They think them as human refuse. And they don't like to look at them. Exactly, yeah. They're going to say, oh, he's harmless, let him go. He'll probably OD in another week or something, and then we just have to worry about collecting the body. Like, he's a number on a spreadsheet. He's homeless number 5,671. That's it. That's what he is to the people that are supposed to care in the city hall and in the state capitol. He's a number on a spreadsheet, and they're just waiting for the point where they can actually delete him off the spreadsheet because he has died from an overdose. And it's disgusting. It's inhuman. It's just inhuman.
What are you up to today?
I don't know, I was just talking to my counselor.
And what brought you out here onto the streets?
I gave birth here, and then my partner went to Quentin, and he died from fentanyl.
Sorry to hear that, ma'am. Are you in the process of getting clean?
Yes.
Wait, well, hold the fuck up. Are we just gonna skip over the fact that she gave birth? Where's your baby? Where the fuck is your baby? She's like, I gave birth here. My partner went to San Quentin and died. And, like, where's the baby? I hope far away as opposed to something horrific. Or that or that CPS took it. I hope to God that's the case.
Process. Yeah, not fentanyl, but I'm in the process, yes.
Okay, well, we wish you the best of luck in that process. We haven't really talked about how the fentanyl gets here, but we know a lot of it is coming over from the border, right?
Well, this fentanyl is mainly controlled by the Honduras gang, which they call themselves Hondos. They the main people that sells the fentanyl in this area.
Mm-hmm. So it's the Honduran migrants that come over here?
Yeah.
Right.
They got that whole street of Farrell between Hyde and Larkin. They up there.
How easy is it for one of these people to go and get fentanyl right now if they wanted to?
It's very easy. All it takes is $4 to get a hit.
Really, $4 here?
$4. That's it. $4 to get 1 dose of fentanyl. Holy shit. I didn't think it was that cheap. I did not think that 1 dose of fentanyl would be $4. That's it. $4. Yeah, I'm surprised it's that cheap too. I am. Literally, they could probably spend an hour or two panhandling, get that $4, and then go get that hit of fat. How many of them are on some kind of a program where they get money from the state that's feeding their drug habit? It's... Oh my God. That's insane.
$4, that's the cheapest as a cell phone.
Yeah, how are people making their money out here?
They steal, panhandle, but majority, all of it is coming from stealing. Selling their EBT cards, waiting for they get their Social Security checks.
Yeah.
But the easiest way that they all have is stealing.
What you guys doing? Do you guys work here for the city?
Yeah. Yeah. Because they don't arrest them for minor crime. So someone can go into a retail store, drugstore, retail store or something, steal a bunch of shit off the shelf, walk out, sell it for $20. They've now got 5 hits of fent. They could go in and steal a couple T-shirts, sell the T-shirt for a few bucks. They've got their fence.
For everyone. You are loved and appreciated and wanted here.
Oh my God. But you see how everything about this is perpetuating this. You're not going to arrest them for doing drugs, so they're going to keep doing drugs. You're not going to arrest them for doing petty crime, so they're going to keep doing that petty crime to sell the goods from their petty crime to get the money to buy their drugs, which you're not going to arrest them for doing the drugs. So they're going to keep doing it. It's going to be a vicious cycle that is never going to end because bureaucracy wants to pretend like it doesn't exist, close their eyes, stick their fingers in the ears and go, la, 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 I hear nothing, I see nothing. We're so wonderful. We're California. We don't have any of these problems. We're a beautiful state. La, 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 la. And the bureaucracy is just ignoring it. So they can buy more mansions, so they can buy better condos, so they can buy nicer cars, so they can pretend like it's not happening, but at the same time, give them the paraphernalia to perpetuate their habit, and then act like, oh, we're doing so wonderful. Don't we feel so good about ourselves, everyone? We're doing something good for those poor, unfortunate souls that we wouldn't wipe our boots on.
You guys work for the city here?
You work for the city?
Yeah. One of you walk down with me down this way? We're live right now. Cool, we got someone to walk down with us. We got Brooker T. Jones with us, so we got to make sure she stays safe.
I've been here a year.
I'm
a supervisor.
In this first year, and this year, what's the craziest thing you've seen so far?
We had a couple ODs. We reversed the dope, brought them back. I see a lot of crazy stuff out here, man. I've seen...
What does that say? Urban alchemy? Urban alchemy. Wait. Who the fuck is urban alchemy? They said they're city workers. Is this some kind of like program that the city's using, like outsourcing to on something? Like a nonprofit that the city's outsourced to? Right here. Can someone look up urban alchemy and look at this and try and tell me what this is? Actually, no. Fuck that. I'm doing it myself. Fuck that. I'll do it myself. Hang on. Oh, you found it. We're a social enterprise that engages with situations where extreme poverty meets homelessness, mental illness, and addiction. So they're like a community outreach. So they're like a community outreach organization that the city subcontracted out. That's what it sounds like. San Francisco-based nonprofit founded in 2018 that employs practitioners, often formerly incarcerated or homeless individuals, to manage public spaces, mitigate community conflict, and support those experiencing homelessness, addiction, or mental illness, particularly in areas like the Tenderloin. Okay, so Yeah, so it is a nonprofit that the city has subcontracted to basically do the work that the city itself should be doing. That's it. Instead of the city addressing the problem, they're going to have nonprofit outreach programs just monitor. That's all they're doing. They're probably just monitoring the homeless people. If someone ODs, they'll hit them with Narcan. If there's a bum fight, they might break it up, and that's probably all they do. So again, on his face, sounds like a waste of money. That they're not actually doing anything. These guys are not these guys, bless them, I know that they want to try and help their community, but realistically, they're not able to do anything. Realistically, no shade on these guys. These guys, they're probably trying to just help how they can, offer support how they can, but they're not able to actually do anything.
Somebody hanging from a building just like a few weeks ago, actually.
This is piss and shit city.
Yeah, I got poop on my
We
shoe.
trying to control it and get it together right now, but it's hard, but we working on it.
Yeah, make sure this guy in the cookies hat doesn't see
Don't
it.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Let's keep moving through.
Bro, why y'all doing that shit? We don't want to be on
We're with our
Ain't
guys
nobody
right here.
putting you on it.
Hey, nobody
not
putting
on
you on. You're good. You're good.
Uh-huh.
You too. Hey, you're good. You're good. Whoa, whoa.
Get him right there.
This guy pretzeled
Shit
over.
we be talking about shit like that.
God.
People just be doing whatever, bent over. You should see some of these guys out here, man. Some of them so bent over, they can't even stand up straight anymore. That's real dangerous out here, man. I wish people would get it together and do something different with their lives to the...
Holy cow, yeah, it just keeps going on this side.
Yeah, come on, we can walk this way.
All right, we'll keep walking this guy. Cool guy right here.
My
How you
goodness.
guys
Look
doing?
at the streets are just lined. It's not a tent city like we saw in LA, but it's basically the same thing. It's like the streets are literally lined with homeless drug addicts.
Doing great, doing great.
Why would
There's a
anyone
lot of
live
people
here?
around here that don't like to be recorded, but they do the negative, far as come around and...
It's very obvious to see who was the drug dealer in that group over there, right?
Yeah, I don't
as soon as
know.
we walked up, you put up the mask.
This is what you call get lost in the sauce city.
I've overdosed on fentanyl.
How'd you overdose on fentanyl?
I used to be out here lost in the sauce for about 12 years.
Really?
Yeah, I only used to do like uppers, and then I decided to just start trying a different upper. Thought I was smoking crack, and it turned out to be fentanyl. I died right there on Golden Gate and Hyde.
So what made you want to change?
That right there was the day I really opened my eyes, but what really made me want to change was my son. I had my son. My son got me up out of these streets. And the day he came was the day I just did not look back.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This gentleman right here, the one we saw earlier who was handing out the tour bus flyers, it is possible for people to get off these drugs. But what he has not said, he ascribed the desire and the drive to get himself clean as his son, which is amazing, which is wonderful. That the love he had for his son was stronger than the desire for the drugs. And that allowed him to start on that path of getting clean. And I am so happy that he was able to do that. I am incredibly happy. But but what he's probably not saying is the help that he had. He didn't do this cold turkey. No one can do this cold turkey. I mean, anyone that thinks that you can quit a serious drug addiction like crack, coke, fentanyl, any of it, anyone that says you can quit that cold turkey is fucking lying and living in fantasy land. They read it, they saw it in a TV or a movie, or they read it in a novel, and they go, oh yeah, see, if you just have the willpower, you can kick this. You don't need help. You just need to be strong of will. No, that's a fucking lie. You need help. You need supports. You need resources to get you through it. No one is able to get through this on their own. And I have no doubt that he probably had some great help, great supports, great resources to get him clean and keep him clean and to get him back onto a path of goodness and righteousness. And you can have the best reason in the world to get clean. But if you don't have the help and the resources to facilitate it, you're not going to. Willpower alone. That we're not living in fantasy land. We're living in reality. You do not have the willpower to cure yourself of a drug addiction. Number one, you're never going to get cured, but you are not going to be able to kick a drug addiction for the rest of your life by sheer willpower alone. It's not happening. It will not happen. And that's what's needed here. Not giving people clean drug paraphernalia so they can keep getting fucking high. You need the supports and resources to help them get clean and stay clean. Those are resources that will actually do good for people, not keep them addicted to poison.
And now I'm trying to go to school. Someone saved me. So so when I tasted what I smoked, I went straight to my friend. I was like, Narcan, because I never did it before. And then next thing I know, I guess I'm laid out in the street, and the Narcan didn't work for me. I got Narcan 11 times. It was 2 in my leg, the rest all nasal. And my dad's roommate happened to be right there, and he actually gave me mouth to mouth until the fire department came. And that's what saved my life, was the breathing off Narcan.
So now you're a survivor, you're a success, you've turned your life around.
Yeah, and now I got a full-time job. I'm a great dad. I'm a father to a 1-year-old boy, and I got one on the way.
We love to hear that success story like that.
My city. You know, I terrorized it so long, and now I'm just want to get back to it.
So say this lady right here, she's on drugs. If you want to get off drugs?
Yeah, you can just go to Hellfire 360 and just be there early in the morning. And it's first come, first serve basis, but they have beds.
Wait, hang on. He said that so fast. In case anybody watching my video in San Francisco needs this information, I want this to be heard.
I'm just want to get back to it.
So say this lady right here, she's on drugs. If you want to get off drugs?
Yeah, you can just go to Hellfire 360 and just be there early in the morning. And it's first come, first serve basis, but they have beds every day for somebody, for at least 5 people. I couldn't do that. I've done it. I've tried it. It took me to go to jail. But I walked up to a cop and told him, hey, I got warrants, and that was how I got clean.
Really?
That's the only way I knew I could get clean, is if I walk in, if I go to a place where I can't get it.
We talked to another person today who also used to be an addict, and then he said he went to jail.
See, that's something that people are not acknowledging. When people talk about jail, they just think, oh, well, you know what? That's where the jail doesn't help anybody. You hear it so often that jail, like all of the people that are advocating to decriminalize everything and try to say that jail doesn't help anybody. 2 people now in this video we have heard from that said jail is what allowed them to get clean. 2 people in this video. This sometimes, yes, a lot of times, jail's not pretty, but jail is what people need. It's what these people need. They need that clean environment, free of drugs. They need the regimen, because that part of overcoming addiction is having regimen in your life. And jail does that. Jail gives you a regimen to get into and stick to, and that can be helpful in taking a drug habit. You have that regimen of, what you do every day is regimented, is scheduled. And it doesn't give your brain time to think about those drugs. The routine can be, it's the routine. It can be, your mind stays occupied on your routine and doesn't give it a chance to think, boy, I really want a hit of that drug. I'm really jonesing for that drug. No, your mind is focused on doing your routine. It's meant to be a punishment, but at the same time, jail is meant to be a punishment, but it's also meant to simultaneously make them better. You are receiving punishment, but you are receiving the punishment so you can become a better person on the, coming out the other end. So it is both. It can absolutely be both. Someone does something illegal, you put them in jail. They have to be punished. You remove them from society, you put them in jail. But then at the same time, while you're in jail, you can use that time spent away from society to better yourself, to rehabilitate yourself. It is possible to do both. JD Vance is the perfect example of how it can do both. JD Vance was a very bad guy, and he did prison time. You know where he figured out, I've got to get my shit together? In jail. You know where he first started that path to becoming a better person, to becoming an advocate, and becoming a person to tell people you need to stop the shit, you need to become a better person? In jail. You can't, or JD Delay. God, sorry. Yeah, I said Vance, didn't I? Yes, sorry. Sorry. JD Delay. Not Vance. Delay. I didn't mean to invoke the vice president by mistake. No, JD Delay. My apologies. But, yes, JD Vance has never spent time in prison or jail. To the best of my understanding, he has never committed a crime, to my understanding. No, JD Delay. Yes. What? There... But that's what I'm talking about, where a jail and prison can be used for both. It can be used for punishment, but it can also be used to rehabilitate. You can actually do both with a jail or with a prison. It can be done, and you can see great things. Delay is a prime example of how a prison not only was a punishment, but also a rehabilitation to turn his life around. And look what he has done since he turned his life around in prison. He has become an incredible advocate for prisoners to get their lives back on track. He goes to prisons, talks with prisoners, and helps them to get their lives back on track. Jelly Roll being, JD's friend, is another great example. This is what I'm saying. You can do both with the prison system. You can use it as punishment, and you can use it for rehabilitation. It is possible to do both if they have the resources to do it, and if you, as the person, as the prisoner, is willing to put in the effort to rehabilitate yourself. Some people can't be. I'm not gonna act like I'm naive and think that every person in jail or prison can be rehabilitated. I know that's not possible. You are going to have people who will never be rehabilitated. I'm very aware of that, and those people need to spend the rest of their life in jail. Yeah, Danny Trejo is another fantastic example of someone who went to prison and it rehabilitated him, and he has become an amazing individual. Yes, you will have some that will never be rehabilitated, and they will probably spend the rest of their lives in prison because they cannot be rehabilitated, or they are just flat out monsters. I am not ignorant or naive enough to think that there are not monsters in this world that should never live in society. I am very aware of that, and they absolutely should be put in a box with no windows for the rest of their life, and ignore trying to rehabilitate the monsters. Don't waste the money, time, and effort on the monsters who are disgusting excuses of skin. Help the people that can be helped, i.e., the people that are in prison for drugs. That's the focus here, is we're talking about people that went to prison or went to jail because of drugs. Because the drugs is what caused the drugs is, there's a strong possibility that the drugs is what caused them to be this bad person. When you take the drugs out of the equation, you could have a completely different person on your hands. But that you won't know unless you put in the time, the money, and the effort to help them get to that point. And that's what I'm trying to say.
And then there he had to get clean.
Yeah, that's where I got clean.
Who's trying to cut you guys out?
They're not trying to fund us. We need a budget funding cut, and that's what we're trying to get. They sent us all 311 of us layoff letters.
Really?
Yeah.
And so
major layoff.
Major layoff.
Major layoff.
And if that does it, the city, what the Tenderloins is now, it hasn't been like this in forever. and it's gonna go right back to what it was.
So we came on a low day.
Yeah, what? This is a great day. Oh, right up here. You see the street, or you don't even see a cigarette butt.
So here in the streets, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen down here?
You know, we got women giving birth on sidewalks. We got babies, stillborn babies being found in porta potties. Men.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is just. Jesus. And we've only just started what he's talking about.
Grown men jumping off rooftops, like jumping off the buildings. I've been shot at a few times.
Really, you've been shot at by...
No. The cargo. You missed the part where wait. Thank God the example he gave was not a live one. I don't know if I'd be able to handle that. He said stillborn. He said that the infant was deceased. It was he said stillborn babies. No, he said they were giving birth on the street. He said stillborn babies left in Porta-John. So the infants unfortunately did not survive after being born, and they were stillborn. It's still horrific. Just giving birth on a street is it's unconscionable. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Jumping off the buildings. I've been shot at a few times.
Really, you've been shot at by who?
Random people. There's a lot of random violence that happens out here. There's a lot of chaos and lawlessness. It's still the Wild West out here, I would say.
So, I mean, a lot of these people could be a bit schizophrenic, right? If they are on drugs, they could get voices in their head saying, shoot that guy.
There are a lot of people on the streets who are not only suffering mental health-wise, but also physically.
Do you think most of these people are out here by choice, by circumstance?
It goes both ways, right? You got some people say that they out here because the housing market is high, but none of that has anything to do with it. Because if you look at it, majority of everybody that's out here is between the ages of 18 and 29. Now, a lot of them, I spoke to a lot of the parents, and they want their kids home. But the kids don't want to go home because they got to do this. Let me give you a prime example.
Yeah.
I had a brother. My brother owned a home. He had a 6-figure salary, but he went to jail a lot too. He couldn't use drugs at home. He has his own house. His wife told him he can't use the drugs there with the kids, so he came here to the streets.
Really?
Yeah.
When he came here to the streets, the city gave him a free apartment. Even though he owned a home, they gave him a free apartment.
What? Are you and there it is. And there it fucking is. Yeah, we're going to give you a free apartment, but you're a drug addict, so we're not going to give you support. So we're going to give you a free place to go do your drugs. This whole state is just fucked. This entire state is just fucked right now. The way they're running it is just completely fucked in the head. I can't say more. There's nothing all I can say is that this is just insane.
I watched him come down on this block right there, buy some drugs. And after he bought the drugs, an hour later, I got a phone call that he died in overdose. Inside of the free apartment that the city gave him.
Oh my God.
So the only thing the city did is facilitate him to commit suicide.
Yeah. There it is. Everything that the city and the state is doing is to perpetuate the cycle and probably hoping that they'll just off themselves. I do not doubt for a minute that they're sitting there going, well, hopefully they'll off themselves and then we can get rid of the body and then that's one more we don't have to worry about. Anybody that thinks the city or the state gives a fuck, you're delusional. They don't care. They do not care one bit for these people. They care for the rich ones. They absolutely care about the rich ones because they're paying the high taxes. They're filling their fucking pockets. They don't care about the average person. They do not care. Why? Because they can't give them money. And they don't vote. Leave us not forget, these homeless people don't vote. Because even if you go with a conspiracy theory that they have people rounding them up to drive them to the polling places to vote when they're coked out of their gourd, they're not going to do that because they're not going to trust that they'll actually pick them as the candidate. They're so fucked in the head, they're tripping on fucking Spaceballs so much, they won't know what candidate to pick, so they're not trustworthy enough to pick them as the candidate. So what do? They don't care, and they actually try and perpetuate their own, they try to perpetuate their deaths. That's why they give them the clean drug paraphernalia, pretending like they're trying to help them, when they actually just want them to OD and die. They want them to OD, die, and get rid of them somehow, so they can get them off their books. They don't fucking care.
Because he got his drugs, he got the free equipment from them, and he went back into his room and used the drugs.
He didn't have.
I don't think it's that the rich people aren't smart enough to know the city and state are using them. I don't think that's it. I think they don't care. They're rich. They have the $100,000s of dollars home, condos, mansions, $1 million mansions. They've got their sport, their supercars. They've got their wealth. They don't fucking care. It's not their problem. It's not on their doorstep. They're in gated communities with armed security that won't let people like this within 10 miles of them. They don't care. That's what it boils down to. The rich people don't give a fuck. As long as it's not on their doorstep, they don't fucking care. And if it was on their doorstep, guarantee you it would get dealt with instantaneously. That's it. That's really it.
To complete any rehab before they gave him this free apartment, huh?
No, he didn't have to do none of that.
Man. But they gave him all the paraphernalia?
They gave him all the paraphernalia. But he was a homeowner, though.
Yeah.
So why would you give a homeowner a free house? Yeah, anybody can go and get one. You just got to sign up and go through the steps they want you to go through, and they'll give you a free place. Since you've been walking the streets today, you've been on multiple blocks around here. Have you seen any city agency out here walking, helping people?
No, just the guys that we were just talking to.
That's urban outcome. They got a job to protect the area. But I'm talking about any people out here offering them treatment, offering them rehab.
No, I've seen overdose vans, but they're getting the problem after it's already done.
After it's already
so it's like,
done.
why don't they get to the root of the problem?
If you stick around long enough, you'll see the white van pull up. It's all fun and games until the white van pulls up and they come stacking bodies. JJ and I have both seen this thousands of times.
I filmed 8 ODs this year probably. I filmed a few coming out of here. Now take a look. This is all people want to do.
Yeah. Punched over right here. Wow. He just.
God, look at that guy. He's folded in half.
Wow. And their scalps are.
That's from picking. That's from the drugs.
This is a hotel right here. Civic Center Inn right here. So that hotel got completely shut down.
Well,
they haven't been able to sell it, and they're renting it out to somebody.
They're renting it out to undocumented people, I'm pretty sure, like people who have enough money to rent a low-income facility, but they don't want to go by the books.
Really? So they're renting it out to illegal migrants.
Yeah, but these guys are from everywhere, not just like Central America, South America. They got people.
Yeah, and how many of those illegal migrants that they're renting out low-cost housing are dealing drugs out of that apartment? What do you want to bet? That how many of those apartments are being utilized by drug dealers and they're running a drug operations out of that apartment building? Quarter of them? Half of them? You see? So the city is perpetuating this. The city is allowing these illegal migrants into it to basically get these this extremely low cost housing so they can deal drugs to these homeless people, perpetuate the drug crime, and just continue the fucking cycle.
People from all over. This alley right here is really bad. Olive Alley is infamous. A lot of overdoses.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Wow, look at the backside of this right here.
God.
It's filled with garbage in the backside of here.
Jesus.
Interesting. Someone's over there shooting up.
There's no way that you should come to San Francisco, the beautifulest city in California, to see things like this.
Yeah, good.
My guy, I know you love San Francisco. It used to be a beautiful city. It's not San Francisco is no longer a beautiful city. California is no longer a beautiful state. California used to be a beautiful state. It's not a beautiful state anymore. When I went on my vacation to visit family there, I don't think I could go a mile without seeing homeless tents popping up somewhere. It's like, no, California is not a beautiful city or a beautiful state. It used to be. It absolutely used to be. It's not anymore. It's decay now.
Hotel that's shuttered, that can't be open. It's impossible to open because people jump over this fence and break into the tourists' rooms.
No, actually, JRC, I disagree. Night City is a hell of a lot better than this. Legitimately, Night City, I would rather live, not because of the, cyberpunk and cyberpunk universe being like cyberpunk with everything. Night City is a nicer place to live than modern day California.
They can't get no protection because Prop 47.
Yeah, Prop 47. Prop 47 sounds like it was kind of the downfall of San Francisco.
It is one of the biggest downfalls of San Francisco. When they stopped making crime illegal, not illegal. Mm-hmm. See, it used to be a time when a person get caught with a crack pipe. The police give them a ticket. Normally they don't show up to jail, court for that ticket. So when the police see them again, they get arrested on the warrant. Now they got that warrant. They can sit in jail for 2, 3, 4, 5 days on that warrant. And during that 3, 4, 5 days on that warrant, they could change their thinking because they not got no drugs in their system. The drugs left their system. Now that's the time that you can get them to go back in treatment.
Detox.
To get into treatment. Because they had that time out away from drugs. Now you can't arrest them for having the crack pipe.
Exactly. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is where this is what I fucking said earlier. This is exactly what I said earlier. Is you can arrest them for doing the drugs, you get them detoxed because they don't have access to it, then you offer them treatment. You get them treatment. And they can clean up. It's precisely what I was saying.
How could you arrest them for having a crack pipe? That's one city department giving it to them, and then another city department arresting them for it. Mm-hmm. So they made it legal now to have drug paraphernalia.
The best choice somebody might have had was to go to jail. The 2 people that I've talked to that have came clean today in this stream have been people that went to jail, and then they were able to finally think clear because they were able to get everything out of their system, and they were able to get clean. But now people can just walk around with drug paraphernalia and nothing happens to them.
Nothing happened to them.
And so
it's not don't get me wrong, it's not the police's fault.
Yeah.
It's the city hall fault because they making it legal. The city commission don't want them to arrest people for having drug paraphernalia. Because their excuse is you arrested people for using drugs or arrested a person on drugs. That's not what it is. They arrested someone because they're in possession of illegal drugs.
We're wrapping our day up here in San Francisco. Look, right here. Oh, geez, look at this Mercedes-Benz completely bashed into. Yeah, it's probably been stolen, this car.
Hey, that.
There's no plates on it.
Jesus.
Hello, how are you? Good, can we talk to you really quick?
About what?
Yeah, you got the ski mask on, you got some plants in your hand.
Oh, I just don't want them to think that I was a transgender.
Oh, yeah, why would they think you're a transgender?
Somebody's just been saying rumors. And so I just didn't want them to say whether or not I am or not. I mean, obviously, I'm in a skirt, so you think I'm female. I don't know. Maybe my appearance, they altered my appearance, and so it doesn't, like on my driver.
Wait, they? Oh, she is on Jupiter right now. This bitch is This bitch is tap dancing on the rings of Saturn right now. She is fucking gone. She is left orbit. Oh, shit. No, I don't know. I don't think she's fugly. I think she's tripping balls. She's high as a fucking kite and is dancing on the rings of Jupiter right now. And that is involving paranoia. Yeah, and she's saying they changed her appearance. Who's they? Again, paranoia. Oh, yeah, she is like, wait, actually, it could be both. Drugs amplifying her schizophrenia. That is a very likely possibility. Because a lot of people that have unchecked mental health problems like schizophrenia, it like exacerbate the condition with illicit drugs. That is a very common thing.
Maybe my appearance, they altered my appearance, and so it doesn't, like on my driver's license, like because they have an expired one, they're using me. So on the expired one, my face looks different. So the FBI changed my face.
Really?
So it doesn't appear to look...
Could you take off the mask?
Did you hear? The FBI changed my face. Yeah, so she probably has an undiagnosed mental condition that is very likely being exacerbated by drugs.
I mean, if you really want me to, yeah.
Oh, okay. Booker T. Jones saying you're darling, beautiful lady right here, ma'am.
I'm just not ready yet, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're worried that people can confuse you for a transgender?
Well, yeah, that's what they've been saying, like that I was a man.
And you're not, right?
No, not a man at all.
Wow.
They just keep saying I'm a man, and I don't know. I just, yeah, I'm not a man at all. Oh shit.
Oh.
What's your name?
What's your name, ma'am?
Are you,
Here. Here's a scratch off, man. Maybe I'll make some money.
Oh, well, thank
This is the last one.
Mel.
Merry Christmas.
Mel?
Mel.
Mel? Yeah, you call me Mel.
Where are you from, Mel?
I'm from Bend, Oregon.
Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
What brought you out here to the streets of
Oregon?
The streets of San Francisco.
Oh, I've been here for a while. I used to live in Berkeley.
Oh, wow.
I used to live in Berkeley. Like, I went to school here. I went to Paul Mitchell. I went to like cosmetology school, and then you know, I moved to Oregon to you know, I was there like about 7 years. You know, 7, 8 years. I mean, I had a family there. You know.
Where are your mom and dad at?
Well, currently, right now, we had to separate because of security reasons. So, like, my folks are like big people. They're like really important people. Like, they work for the president and stuff.
Oh. Wait, what did you say?
Big people. They're like really important people. Like, they work for the president and stuff.
Oh my. Oh God. Yeah, her parents, chances are parents probably just regular middle class folks. They couldn't deal with her. And they had to they either couldn't or they didn't want, like, we don't know. So it's all speculative, but we have some severe mental health issues. Schizophrenia, or a manic depressive combo platter or something. But I mean, she is the poster child for poor mental health right now.
And so they're like they're like FBI and stuff, so they're big time.
Well, Mel, we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah.
Stay safe out here.
We're considered like terrorists, so
Oh, wow.
it's kind of like but you know, we have a lot of good attention, a lot of unwanted attention, a lot.
Yes, Midnight, but I would hazard a guess to say that you are taking care of yourself and you are managing it. So, you know, you're not in a poor state. This is why I said unchecked. This is unchecked. Schizophrenia, manic depressive, bipolar, what have you. God only knows what mental health troubles she has. And it's all unchecked, and it is all being exacerbated with drugs. And it's only amplifying it and making it worse.
A lot of identity theft, a lot of impersonation, definitely, because they're impersonating me because they said I don't appear to look like my old self. So they're just like they've saved my life. I'm basically on hold right now, so I'm kind of like in a cover, but my cover wasn't for me to be a man. So that's all. I just want them to know that.
And now she's saying she's only has a cover.
They're trying to expire me because men are expired. I have men saved. Men
Really?
are saved on my feet.
Okay, have a great rest of your day, ma'am.
Yeah, he was trying to get away at the end there.
Last interview, we had to get in the last interview with Mel. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys are liked and subscribed and turn those notifications on. See y'all soon. Peace out.
Whoa. Holy crap. That was... I mean, we thought the LA one was bad. The LA one was bad because of the sheer volume of the homeless that we were seeing there, but the level of drug use and mental health problems that are happening with this one, holy shit. Yeah, it was absolutely a very different kind of bad and a very different kind of heartbreaking.